Beloved soul, before your thoughts move ahead, pause for a moment and take a slow breath, because what you are about to feel is not just a sentence, it is a realization that has been growing within you for a long time. When you hear the words, "Your prayers are not in vain," something inside you responds instantly, because there were moments when you questioned it, moments when you wondered if anything you asked for was truly being heard, moments when silence felt heavier than answers, and yet, despite all of that, you never fully stopped believing. You may not have noticed it clearly at the time, but every moment you paused, every time you hoped, every time you whispered something in your heart even when no one else knew, those moments were not empty. They were shaping something within you. They were strengthening your patience, deepening your understanding, and quietly guiding your path forward. What feels like waiting is often preparation, and what feels like silence is often something forming beneath the surface. There were times when you felt like nothing was changing, when everything around you looked the same, when you thought your efforts were not leading anywhere, but growth does not always show itself immediately. It builds quietly, layer by layer, until one day you begin to see things differently. You begin to understand why certain things took time, why certain paths did not open earlier, why certain delays were necessary. And in that moment, you realize that nothing was wasted. You may begin to notice that something within you is already shifting. A sense of calm where there used to be restlessness. A sense of understanding where there used to be confusion. This is how change begins, not always with something dramatic, but with a quiet alignment within you. When your inner state changes, your outer path begins to follow. The idea that your prayers are not in vain is not about something suddenly appearing at once, it is about recognizing that everything you have been hoping for has been shaping your direction. It has been guiding your thoughts, influencing your decisions, and preparing you for what comes next. You are not the same person who once asked those questions. You have grown, even if you did not fully notice it. You may also begin to feel that you are closer to understanding than you were before. Not because everything is suddenly clear, but because you trust yourself more. You are no longer searching with the same level of doubt. You are beginning to move with awareness. This shift is important because it changes how you approach everything in your life. As you sit with this message, allow yourself to feel calm instead of rushed. There is nothing you need to chase. There is nothing that will disappear if you take a moment to understand. What matters is that you recognize what you are already feeling. Pay attention to your thoughts. Notice what feels clear. Trust that awareness. You are not waiting without purpose. You are moving through a process that is shaping you in ways you are just beginning to understand. And as you continue to move forward with that awareness, you will begin to see that what once felt like unanswered moments are now becoming part of something meaningful, something steady, something real. Beloved soul, as you continue to stay with this message, something deeper begins to settle within you, because what once felt like a question is now becoming an understanding. There were moments when you wondered if your prayers were being heard, when silence made you feel like nothing was happening, when time passed and you saw no visible change, but what you are beginning to realize now is that silence was never emptiness. It was a space where things were forming in ways you could not yet see, a space where your growth was taking place quietly, steadily, and meaningfully. You may begin to notice that the person you are today is not the same person who first made those prayers. Your thoughts have changed. Your patience has grown. Your understanding has deepened. Even the way you respond to situations is different now. This change did not happen suddenly, and it did not happen without reason. It happened because every moment you spent hoping, every moment you spent reflecting, every moment you chose to keep going instead of giving up was shaping you into someone who is ready for what comes next. The idea that your prayers are not in vain now begins to feel more real, because you can start to see how everything has been connected. Situations that once felt like delays now feel like preparation. Moments that once felt confusing now begin to make sense. You may not have understood it at the time, but everything you experienced was guiding you toward clarity. It was helping you understand yourself, your direction, and what truly aligns with you. You may also begin to feel a shift in your perspective. Instead of focusing on what has not happened yet, you are starting to notice what has already changed. You are becoming more aware of your growth. You are recognizing the progress you have made, even if it is not in the form you expected. This awareness is important because it allows you to move forward with confidence instead of doubt. At the same time, there is a growing sense of calm within you. You are no longer feeling the same level of urgency or impatience. You are beginning to understand that everything has its own timing, and that timing is not working against you, it is working with you. This understanding allows you to move forward without feeling pressured. It allows you to trust the process instead of questioning it. You may also begin to notice that opportunities are becoming easier to recognize. Things that once seemed unclear now feel more obvious. Decisions that once felt difficult now feel more natural. This is not because everything around you has suddenly changed, it is because your awareness has changed. When your awareness grows, your ability to see your path clearly grows with it. As you sit with this part of the message, notice how your thoughts feel more grounded and steady. That steadiness is important. It means you are no longer reacting to uncertainty, you are understanding your journey with clarity. You are not waiting without purpose, you are moving through a process that is shaping you in the right direction. Stay present with this awareness. Trust what you are beginning to understand. The message is not about something suddenly appearing, it is about recognizing that everything you have been hoping for has been guiding you toward this moment of clarity. And as you continue to move forward with that understanding, you will begin to see that what once felt like waiting was actually preparation for something meaningful, something steady, and something truly aligned with your growth. Beloved soul, as you move deeper into this message, you may begin to feel that what once felt like waiting is now becoming understanding, because you are starting to see that nothing you have gone through has been without purpose. There were moments when you felt like your prayers were not being answered, when you questioned whether anything was truly changing, when silence felt heavier than hope, but now, something within you is beginning to recognize that those moments were not empty. They were shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you in ways that you could not fully see at the time. You may begin to notice that your perspective has changed in ways that you did not fully realize before. Situations that once felt confusing now feel easier to understand. You are not reacting with the same level of doubt or frustration. Instead, you are observing, reflecting, and responding with more clarity. This change is not sudden, it is the result of everything you have experienced. Every challenge, every delay, every moment of uncertainty has contributed to the awareness you are now beginning to feel. The meaning of your prayers also begins to feel different here. It is no longer just about asking for something to happen, it is about understanding how those prayers have been guiding your thoughts, your actions, and your growth. You may not have received answers in the way you expected, but you have received something just as important. You have gained understanding. You have developed patience. You have learned how to move forward even when things were not clear. These are not small things, they are the foundation of real change. You may also begin to feel that you are closer to something, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. Not because something sudden is about to appear, but because your awareness has reached a point where you can see your path more clearly. You are no longer searching in the same way. You are beginning to trust what you already know. This trust is what allows you to move forward with confidence instead of hesitation. At the same time, there is a growing sense of peace within you. You are not as overwhelmed by uncertainty as before. You are beginning to understand that not everything needs to be known immediately. You only need to take the next step with clarity. This understanding removes pressure and allows you to move forward in a steady and balanced way. You may also notice that your focus is shifting. You are less distracted by things that do not matter. You are more aware of what aligns with your growth. You are beginning to invest your time and energy in things that feel meaningful instead of things that feel familiar. This shift is important because it shows that you are becoming more aligned with your path. As this part settles within you, recognize that you are no longer in a place of waiting without direction. You are in a place of movement with awareness. The message you are receiving is not something separate from you, it is a reflection of what you are already beginning to understand. And as you continue to stay present with that understanding, you will begin to see that what once felt like uncertainty is now becoming something you can trust, something that can guide you forward with clarity, confidence, and peace. Beloved soul, as this message reaches its final depth, everything that once felt like waiting now becomes calm understanding, because you are no longer looking at your journey with doubt, you are beginning to see it with clarity. You are starting to realize that nothing you experienced was meaningless, nothing you felt was ignored, and nothing you hoped for was wasted. Every moment, even the silent ones, even the confusing ones, even the ones that made you question everything, has been shaping you into who you are today, and that person is now ready to move forward with awareness. There is a quiet sense of completion here, not of your journey, but of a phase where you were searching for answers outside of yourself. You have moved through uncertainty, through delays, through moments where you wondered if anything was truly happening. But now, you are reaching a point where you can see that something has always been happening, even when it was not visible. Your growth has been steady. Your understanding has been building. Your awareness has been forming. And now, it is strong enough to guide you without the same level of doubt. You may now feel a calm certainty within yourself. It is not loud or overwhelming, but it is steady and real. It is the feeling that you already know what aligns with you. You already understand what needs to change. You already recognize what direction feels right. This clarity did not come suddenly, it was built over time through everything you have experienced, and that is why it feels stable now. The meaning of your prayers now becomes simple. They were not just requests for something to happen, they were part of a process that shaped your perspective, your patience, and your strength. They guided you through moments when you felt lost. They helped you continue when you felt like stopping. They connected you to something deeper within yourself, something that you are now beginning to trust. You may also notice that your fear of uncertainty is beginning to fade. You are no longer waiting for everything to be clear before you take action. You understand that you can move forward even without having all the answers. This trust in yourself is what allows you to progress. It removes hesitation and replaces it with quiet confidence. As you move forward from this point, remember that you do not need to rush or force anything. Real progress happens when you act with clarity, not when you act with pressure. Stay present with yourself. Continue to notice what feels right. Continue to trust the awareness you have developed. Each step you take will make the next step clearer. As this message closes, let it leave you with a sense of calm strength. You are not waiting without purpose. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are moving through a process that has been shaping you in the right direction all along. And as you continue to trust that process, you will begin to see that what once felt like waiting is now becoming something real, something meaningful, and something that truly belongs to your path. Backhand index pointing right comment, I trust the process, if this resonates. Thumbs up, like and subscribe for more messages like this.